Back again. 2010. Well, it's June 23rd, the second day of summer, and I'm on the east side of the Three Sisters. It's a different trail. I've never been on this before. I've got my skis, and that pack is really heavy. It's messing with my messed up back, but I'm gonna get up on the snow. I've got a couple thousand feet, 1,500 feet to climb, and I don't know what to expect. I stopped here because there's a waterfall over there. And there's a lake. Linton Lake is here. Nice big lake. And what I have to be really thankful about is there's no mosquitoes. Not yet. Well, this is my creek. Wasn't that much farther. Real, just beautiful here. If I decide not to climb today, this is that's my camp spot right there. There's somebody else is over here. You can see here it gets used a lot. There's some garbage in here. The lake is right down there. This is kind of what I'm looking at having to climb. Something like this. Looks like the creek angles around this way. A lot of blowdowns. You don't want to hike through blowdowns like this. Go out, check out the other side. I did it. I just was inspired to come up and look at this waterfall. This is Linton Creek, draining down into Linton Lake. It's a whole bunch of snow melting up there. You know, I probably just climbed about a third of the way up. I wish I would have brought my backpack, because there's some somewhat decent camping up here. We got about 10 people or so camped down there, and they're making campfires and stuff, and it's probably 80 degrees right now. Not my cup of tea. And the smoke is drifting across the lake. I smelled it a little bit, but it was giving me a headache. Well, I did stay here last night. Real chilly here. The snowpack is not far up, and what you get is the breeze coming down the creek valley, and it just carries that chilly air. Last night I had my dinner down there, and it was probably 15 degrees warmer down by the lake. You can see the lake over here. It's a real nice setting here. There's a bunch of old growth trees in here. I've got a pretty good plan. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to keep this creek, which is Obsidian Creek, and the other creek, which is Linton Creek, basically on both sides of me, so I really can't get lost. I could get hurt, but I hope not. I don't think so. I'll play it safe. Well, I'm about halfway up this steep climb, and I'm on the spine of the ridge, you can see. We got one creek down there. The lake is down here, and the other creek is over there. Right here you can see a sign that someone has been up here. There's some pink tape strips tied off. I've seen a few. This is pretty much a preferred way to go up, is on the spine of a ridge. I climbed up to it. Yeah, you can see how steep this is. That I wouldn't even be able to climb that there. But I came up this ridge. I climbed up the face here, which was pretty difficult, but I saw some sunlight and I wanted to come up here. It's exciting. This is the adventurous hiking, backcountry hiking that I like. Look at this pack. It's really difficult navigating with those skis sticking straight up. You know, I have to watch higher tree branches and stuff like that. A good workout. Well, we just finished climbing 2,000 feet through the brush. It's been about a mile distance, and this is becoming more of a challenge than I anticipated. You see here, there's no real good way to get through this. One kind of good sign is the bear grass. This is at about 5,500 feet. I have found some water, which is good. I stocked up on that. And I sure don't know how I'm gonna get back out of here. I have to give myself a whole day to get down and out. So I'm just gonna have one day up here. We're gonna get to set up a camp, hopefully on the creek at the edge of the snow pack, and tomorrow will be ski day. And the day after will be evacuation. It's pretty rough, steep going, 60-degree angle or more. And there were a couple cliffs that I had to circumvent. And I don't know, we might have to pick a different way out. I gave up on the orange tags, pink tags. I think they followed along this way. I took more of a direct, straight up route. So I'm hoping this kind of thins out after a while. Beautiful forest in here though. I just came up out of an old growth forest, and now we're up into the subalpine forest. Well, as you can see, I've reached the snowpack, but I've also come across the dilemma. I don't know where the hell I am. I'm not lost, I know how to get back. So the dilemma now is, where do I go? Do I stay put? This is going to be difficult skiing through with the pack. I could scout it. I can occasionally, for the most part, follow my ski tracks back within a day. The second day it's a little iffy. My guess is this little creek here peters out up a little more, and most likely Obsidian Creek is around this ridge. So I'd really like to see the mountains. I'd really like to be camped with a view of the mountains. Maybe what I'll do is, I don't feel like climbing anymore, but I might just climb up to the top of this ridge, see if I have a view, and should be able to get back from the top of that ridge. Well, I've made an executive decision, and I think it's a good one. I'm staying put from where I checked in last. Set up here. Water's down there. We're going to set up here for 2 days. This afternoon, after I rest and eat, I'm going to head through the woods here on the skis, get a trail started. I think I've got a gentle climb this way from looking at the treetops that I can see. This ridge continues, and there's a big one over here, a plateau. And the middle sister is just straight through here. Well, I scouted out on the skis, and I'm pretty disappointed. I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be. And this just goes right straight down to the creek. This little bit of flat area here ends kind of in a triangle. So my choice now for tomorrow would be to go that way and drop down into Linton Meadows. I wasn't able to see it, so I don't know if there's snow down there. It could be dangerous, could be steep with snowpack on it, and that is just spells disaster. Yeah, I'm lucky there wasn't snow on these steep slopes climbing up. I wouldn't have come up. So the other choice is to climb this, which isn't too hard. I'm just afraid I'll get lost. I'm really totally nervous about getting lost. That's what I do. I come to a place, never been here before, and I check it out. Maybe next time I can do it better. We'll find out tomorrow and see what I do. I've decided to climb up the ridge from my campsite. Pretty steep. I guess I am glad I didn't carry the pack up. This was really cool to find a cave. I don't want to get too close because there could be an animal living in there. That was either bored out by lava or water over time. Good marker, I guess, for getting back to my campsite. It's just straight down here. I'm hoping that there's snow at the top of this, because then I can mark my trail by skiing. It's really, really important that I get back to that tent and camp tonight. Could very easily get lost. Well, I'm getting close to what I've wanted to do for years, and that's to be on the snow, just at the bottom of those mountains. I still don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'll be damned. I wish my tent was right there. It took me a good 3 days to get here. I could have gotten here the second day, but it's just pushing it too much, man. And that would hurt to fall there. You push it too much and you just risk really hurting yourself. I'm relatively comfortable so far as getting back to the tent. But as you can see, this really all starts to look the same. I'm just hoping my ski tracks stay visible for the day. Been really trudging through this stuff. I'm in a draw. There's some water. That's pretty cool. Check that out. Yeah. Forged by eons of water flow. I'm really pushing hard for these meadows, and I'm starting to feel it. I don't know how much farther I'll get, but it won't be very enjoyable coming through here. Coming down, it's just going to be treacherous, and I'll have to walk a lot of it. It's only a couple spots where I'll be able to have some fun. Well, I think I'm about done. I need to save enough energy to get back, and I need to give myself enough time in case something goes wrong. And it's just past midday. This is as far as I go, but the view is pretty much spectacular. That's the middle sister right there, and there's the north sister. I've been following this little creek draw, hoping to get up to some meadows. I'm probably halfway. That's either the bachelor or the brother, I'm not sure. That's beautiful. The ideal thing would have been to find a dry place like this on one of these outcroppings to get the tent set up at and explore from here. But I'll tell you, trudging through this stuff with a 40-pound pack is just asking for trouble, and it's really hard unless you're on a trail. Sometimes the trails get up pretty high and it's not too hard or far. There's no access to this area from up high. You gotta work your way to get here. And honestly, this is the shortest way from Linton Lake, at least on this side. Maybe another day. This doesn't quite qualify for action cam, more like adventure cam. I wish the whole ski episode was open like this. I did lose my tracks for a minute. It's a little scary. It's where I crossed a little hill and there was no snow there. Yeah. Heck, man, we came back really quickly. As always. It's okay. Better safe than sorry. There was a place where I think an elk crossed my tracks right after I gone through. This is a pretty little lake or pond. I started down from my camp and didn't go exactly the same way that came up. That's okay. The going was a little smoother. It kind of angled down around the slope. I was camped up there, and my guess is that I came up over there. It seemed like a whole lot more to climb up. I'm going to refer to the map and get an idea. I know that I did look at the map, and this was shown, and it was a kind of a general easy slope down around this way. Very nice, very peaceful. Flowers growing around the edge. I just dropped down from those small lakes, and usually when you see a lake on the side of a slope, there's going to be rocks pretty much holding it up, and like there's a cliff. We got another one over here. Can't really see, but I followed the trees down, and like for instance, if you're ever doing this stuff, right over here you can see the tree's end right there, and you can see sunlight. Well, there's probably a cliff over here. What you want to do is look for treetops here. It's really thick in here, so you want to follow some trees. And also, when you're going down a steep slope like this, you want to have something to stop your fall. If you stop sliding like this right here, that would stop my fall if I started to tumble. Yeah, you just want to kind of have things to stop you from falling. Or like for instance here, generally at a tree on the slope, you got a little place to rest. It's nice and flat. I decided not to look for my markers, the tape. A lot of times you can waste a lot of time, hours, looking for things to find your way back. And in this case, I've just decided to go straight down. It may not be the best idea. I can hear the creek over here. Maybe the other one over here. I've still got a ways to go. I might even find that I do come across another cliff. This has been a real treat. Kind of the icing on the cake. Since that last steep drop off, I've just been gradually going down. I think this is the way that I wanted to go up. Linton Creek is over here, and it curves around, and I think it just has left this area flat. Seemed like I still have quite a bit to go, but I'm not sure. Took a break here. Real sweet, real easy going, man. That climb up was very, very difficult. I got one mosquito bugging me. Only had a few on this trip. Any day now, they're just gonna be swarming. I made it down that slope. I had another cliff I had to deal with, and I wouldn't do that again. There have been some things that I've done and wouldn't do again. That's one of them. So actually this is an old campground. It's been blocked off. You can see there's a sign that's dismantled. The new campground is up higher, but I took the opportunity to hide my motorcycle back here. Was able to drive it in through here, lock it to a tree, and thankful it's still standing. So now I have to get it out and ride my ass home.